Well, it's a beautiful day for a boat race here in Brooklyn, and what better place than the one and only super fun site that is the Gowanus Canal.
Super fun, super fun.
Super fun, like with the D?
Yep.
As in a government identified area that has potentially hazardous waste and people are racing on it? What the? The new 9-minute video on sex trafficking awareness warns drivers they still can't deny someone a fare based on appearance, which means they'll still be able to pick up prostitutes, they just can't knowingly drop them off with a John. But with the derecho, the wind gusts are strongest on the ground level, and they can reach up to 100 miles per hour, which means most of the destruction can be seen right on the street. President Obama says the government isn't listening to your phone calls. Rather, the National Security Administration is just collecting something called metadata. But what in the matrix is that? And how do we make all these zeros and ones add up to privacy for us as individuals and protection for our country? Well, that's right. The TSA was put in place after 9/11 to make us feel safer when we go to the airport. But today, many people say they feel violated every time they have to go through a full body scan or one of those airport pat-downs. Now, they come to find out that some of these security agents may actually be going through their luggage and stealing their valuables. That is, if they can muster up enough energy to wake up from their naps to do so. This audible crossing signal here on 59th Street and Lexington Avenue actually reached a maximum volume of more than 100 decibels. So how do we get people to focus on the issues and not the scandal? Well, Greer says voters have to demand it, but she also pointed the finger at us. She says the media needs to stop putting Wiener scandal on the front page of every paper. And well, Tamsin, I guess that means leading our newscast with the story as well. Well, forget about all the heat and humidity, plus the traffic. Fewer places are hotter than Midtown Manhattan in the middle of summer. If only there was a place where we could go to cool off. -5 degrees. That sounds about right. Let's go check it out. All right, Chris, I'm here for my fitting.
How are you? Welcome to -5. An entire bar made all of ice. The walls, everything. The chairs you're sitting on, the glass you're drinking out of, even the light above your head is made of ice.
Located in the Hilton on 6th Avenue and 53rd Street, -5 Ice Bar is the coolest new bar in New York. Heck, at -5 degrees Celsius, 23 degrees Fahrenheit, the bar's downright ice cold. So cold, you'll need to get suited up before sitting down.
We have our choice of the -5 custom-made parkas, of course. Or, if you want to go VIP, we have our faux fur jackets.
Faux fur, it's important to point out.
Yes, very important, faux fur. And you have your choice of a white one or a black one.
$20 gets you in the door, or you can pay $95 for the full VIP package, which includes a souvenir hat, framed photo, and one drink. Kids are welcome until 7 and even get their own mocktail.
So you want to go inside and party your ice off?
Let's
All right,
I'm ready
go.
to party my
Welcome to -5.
Noelle Bowman is bringing the Ice Bar to New York after successfully launching the idea in Vegas, and it hasn't been easy.
You know, it's been chaos. Building 90 tons of ice has taken us 3 weeks to do so, block by block, brick by brick, detail by detail.
Detail that includes ice glasses you can only use once, elaborate chandeliers, and some famous New York landmarks like the Brooklyn Bridge.
You hear those chainsaws in the background. That is the ice Statue of Liberty that's being constructed. That's going to be a real popular photo op with everyone. So this summer, when it gets too hot to take a stroll through Central Park, you could come here to the -5 Ice Bar and hang out in the Central Park room. The only downside is, eventually, you do have to go back out into the heat. But not just yet. Cheers. Reporting from the -5 Ice Bar, Joe Messeri, Fix 11 News. Well, we know there is going to be great sporting events and great concerts here at Barclays Center, but when you're in Brooklyn, no event is complete without great food. And here at Barclays Center, there are plenty of places to try. Let's go check it out.
The owner's vision was really to engage the community and to take it not only with the workforce, but also with the food concept.
This is an amazing canvas to work with, and when you have a borough like Brooklyn to choose from, it was hard to pick.
We did want to get establishments kind of that was historic, because Brooklyn has so much history, and we wanted kind of the hipster. So we wanted to get a combination of the two, get the old Brooklyn and bring the new Brooklyn.
Right next to us, you got like kosher deli. I think it's awesome. You got a taste of Brooklyn right here in the arena.
We want to make sure everybody's covered. So fans that are coming in with special dietary considerations, we want to make sure we have something for everyone.
Tell me a little bit about what went into the sandwich here.
You got a half sour pickle, a full sour pickle, and about 8 ounces of pure, beautiful Jewish pastrami. Hot.
the ride that really makes it.
Another really great thing is to bring a lot of these companies together. So we have Brooklyn Brine Pickles with Fatty Q Pork, and the combination is great, and kind of the partnership is good.
This is a brisket sandwich. It looks like a hybrid between Vietnamese banh mi style and some southern barbecue pork brisket.
You sound like a foodie here.
Yeah, I mean, I know food. Look at me.
So what's the secret to a great egg crepe?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Only in Brooklyn can you get away with saying something like that. All right, let's check it out here.
It's a little different than the way my dad makes it. It was from Forest Hill. So if you're watching this, you know.
Sorry, Dad.
Traditionally, these are drank fast, and they shouldn't be overpoweringly sweet. They should be refreshing, if anything.
It's delicious.
Chicken meatballs, and I'm just starting with that. It's a long game. It's gonna enhance the experience by about 1,000%.
And of course, once you've eaten all the main course, you have to have some room for dessert. Tell me about what we have here.
We have room for dessert. We have got Junior's traditional original cheesecake here. Then you've got Villa Latte cannolis. If you haven't had one of these, you have not lived.
Right there. Oh yeah.
Hands down, the best food, fresh, well prepared. It's gonna be a pleasure to come to this arena.
So when you come try the food here at Barclays Center from all over the borough, you're gonna wanna make sure that you've got two things: an empty stomach and plenty of napkins. I'm Joe Messeri with News 12 Brooklyn, and that is the food experience. Well, it's a beautiful day for a boat race here in Brooklyn, and what better place than the one and only super fun site that is the Gowanus Canal.
Super fun, super fun.
Super fun, like with the D?
Yep.
As in a government identified area that has potentially hazardous waste and people are racing on it? What the?
It's putrid.
But that didn't stop 30 teams of boaters from rowing their way down the 2.5-mile course as part of the Gowanus Challenge today. Canoers, kayakers, rowers, and even one stand-up paddleboarder made their way to the mouth of the canal and back as part of the first ever boat race held at a Superfund site. Several of them wearing their own hazmat suits for the trip.
This, to me, is the craziest of the crazy, to get out on a Superfund site and go canoeing.
Just one look at the canal and you can understand why. Raw sewage washes in just about every time it rains.
If it was on the street, that means it flows over into our waterfront.
And what's underneath is worse. Toxic sediment from oil refineries, machine shops, and chemical plants, as well as other heavy industry, has settled to the bottom, which is why the boaters say it was important to race.
We're here to bring awareness to one of the filthiest waterways on Earth. And the ultimate goal, of course, is to bring more attention to it, get more people involved here, and get it cleaned up.
The Environmental Protection Agency is working on a $500 million plan to clean up the canal, but that plan has been met with mixed reviews from the community. Regardless of how it's done, most agree cleaning up the Gowanus and improving the sewage systems have to be top priorities before the city moves forward with massive development plan for the area.
We need to do green streets. We need to build waste treatment plants. We need to improve the way we handle our wastewater and our rainwater runoff.
If that happens, maybe one day these boaters can throw caution to the wind and worry more about their course time than falling in. Reporting from Gowanus, Joe Messeri, Pix 11 News.